thank God it's finished in another location in the studio because we went from completely overcast to completely sunny, and you couldn't see anything when I was sitting at my desk because my curtains are more sheer. Um, More information than you needed to know, but it's been 2 weeks, I think, since I did a TGIF, and I have just a few things to show you. Yeah, I feel like I should have more done, but it is what it is, right? I am still knitting monogamously. I don't know what exactly is wrong with me or right with me, depending on how you look at it, but every project I start, I work on till it's done. And I don't know. So, what have I been working on? Well, the first thing is you may remember this hat, which looks a lot better in this video than it did in the last one, that I made for my niece, who we are seeing this weekend to celebrate her birthday. I just made a little tiny pair of mittens to go with it, and this yarn is Vanna's Choice Purple Print. It needs to be washable. I'll put it on for Terry so you can see. He calls it the haunted hat, but I really I loved knitting this. More so the band than the rest of the hat, but the mittens were really easy. They're a free red heart pattern. The link's on my Ravelry, but I think it was called Mittens for the Family, Mittens for Everyone, something like that. Mittens for the whole family. So that's those. I also knit her another hat. Said that's Vanna's Choice Purple Print, right? I knit her another hat. This is a free pattern. It's called the Holloway hat. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. I guess I can't speak today. Very interesting construction. It's very similar to the Who hat, but it has these little ear flaps on it, and it's really adorable. My sister requested more hats with the ear flaps for the winter, so I kind of went with that. The way you knit this, and I can tell you because it's a free pattern, is you knit the ear flaps first. Well, you knit the I-cord into the ear flaps, and then you join for knitting in the round by adding stitches for the ribbing. They were supposed to have pom-poms at the end of the I-cord, but my niece likes to pull all the strands out of the pom-poms, so I decided not to do that. I had also put some French knots in the eyes of one of the owls, but it looked really creepy, so this again is Vanna's Choice, and I think this was called Pink or Soft Pink. So there's that. Also for my niece, Cody sent me this really cute fabric a while ago. And I knew as soon as I saw it that I wanted to make something for my niece, and she needs an outfit for Halloween. Well, she needs many outfits for, not Halloween, for Thanksgiving. Many outfits for Thanksgiving because she's a messy eater, according to my sister. So I made this little jumper. It was a paid-for pattern on Crafties, and I don't know what it was called, but if you want to know, I will look it up. It's really cute, and I'm seeing a string here. And it just has a button in the back. And what I really liked about this is that the entire inside, well, not the top of it, is faced so that it's a little thicker at the top, you know, just below the bust line. It is faced, and then I did serge the ends of not serge, what did I do? I pinked the raw edges and then overlock stitched them so that they wouldn't fray. So this is for her also, for when we see her this weekend. We're doing her birthday and Christmas with her because with the winter, we won't see her before Christmas. We won't see her till well after Christmas. This is just a little cheapo long sleeve t-shirt I got from Wally World. So there's that, and that was a really quick pattern project. The biggest problem I had is that I attached one of the back panels Mobius, so it was twisted. I had to rip that all out, but that was just Kristen's dad was in the hospital and we were waiting to hear some stuff, and that was more distracted. I was doing things to distract myself because I was home alone. Kristen was at her parents' house with their dogs, and I just wasn't paying as close attention as I typically would. So I just ripped that out and it was no problem at all. I also finally, in time for Halloween, finished our pajama pants for 2014 Christmas. But those have already been all worn and they're in the spin cycle right now. So, but there's a picture of those on my Instagram. Oh, and for a trade with someone sent me some yarn, and I said, well, I'll knit you a monster, and I ended up knitting 2 for them. The first I knit is Hugo. So this is a button monster, and I have a couple buttons to put on it for this person. So he's not in the mail yet, but he will be tomorrow morning. And then I also knit Lurleen, who I'd never knit before. She's really cute. I think she was the laundry monster. Hugo's the couch potato monster. But I like how this one came out also. Woo! And yeah. And I finished these on the 1st, so the day after Halloween. And that is all the FOs I have for 2 weeks. And now looking at it, it's more than I thought. But what am I working on? I have one whip. It is in my Batman bag. And it is Daybreak Dye Works, which was sent to me by the lovely Lorna in the Batman colorway. I looked online and it doesn't appear that this dyer is dyeing anymore. There's another Daybreak Dye Works, but they have a different tagline, so I don't think it's the same company. I have this much left, not much. I only have 8 rows in the bind off left. This is the pattern is the Cool Clavicle color. It's by it's not Amy. Megan of the Stockinette Zombies. It's a really fun pattern. I don't know, further back I think you can see it better. There's little tiny shocks, yeah, you can see it down, of yellow throughout the whole shawl. It's more like it's one of those scarf shawl things. So I'm enjoying that, and I was hoping to have this done for this weekend, but while it will be done, I don't think it will be washed and blocked to wear, so that's okay. I can only do so much. So that's all that I'm working on. What is up next? Now, before Sunday, I would like to finish another pair of mittens in black for my niece. And I need to knit one of those bear hooded cowl things for her. Oh, God, excuse me. That's so disgusting. I'm going to just use Woolies Thick and Quick in charcoal. I'm hoping this is enough. I think I have a tiny bit of a skein left, but I couldn't find it, so fingers crossed I do. I also want to knit from those cones of yarn I showed you. This is not the one, but the lighter one that I picked for myself. I want to start the Charleston tee for myself. And socks, because I haven't knit socks. I am not knitting enough socks for my liking. And I also need to make a pair of felted clogs for myself because I have no slippers. And lastly, I'm pulling back out my Christmas knitting, and I want to knit some more ornaments for this year. I have, I'll just show you. I've marked all the ones that I've already made. Eventually I'd like to knit them all, but it's going to take me years, and that's fine. But I did buy all the yarn ahead of time, and I just keep it in this bag so that it's all together, and I'm using all the same colors. And I'm just using, I'm talking really quickly, I'm sorry. I'm just using Knit Picks Wool of the Andes Sport. And I have a red, a green. I have 2 greens, 2 reds, 2 blues, a cream, and a grayish. I think they call it dove heather. So that's up next too. And what is new? I haven't bought anything. I've described it to Kristen and myself as I am yarn full. I'm full. However, I did yesterday order some bulky yarn for a project for our nieces for Christmas this year. I'm going to make them these, it's not a cowl, but it's a cowl that comes down over your shoulders, kind of like a capelet almost, but it's completely circular. I'm not describing it very well, but you will see that in the near future. And I just didn't have, I have 2 skeins of bulky yarn, but I needed 3 in a single color, so I did have to order that. I don't think I will have to order anything else for Christmas. I am yarn full. Oh, there's the monster yarn over there. And also, I want to knit another button monster for myself and a button monster for someone else as a gift in the nearish future. So, why am I saying that? That was the last one. So, button monster, what's new? Nothing. Tonight is the Crafties. And I got an email last night that I am one of the finalists for knitting. And I believe there are 10 finalists per category. I'm going to leave a link in the description down below if you want to watch them. It's a live, there's a live stream of the awards where they announce who wins. I don't really think that the voting carries much weight in the winners. I think the voting carried more weight in the finalists. But I did it for fun. I'm going to watch for fun. There was a lot of great entries. The person who won last year was in the entries with her, she knit her wedding dress. It was absolutely stunningly gorgeous. So I'm going to watch. It's fun. I'm interested to see what other people entered in other mediums, and Vicky Howell is one of the judges, which I like, fangirl moment here. So I'm going to put a link to that in the description below. Those are going to be live streaming at 7 p.m. tonight, Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. So if you have no life like me, as I told Margaret, and you want to watch, feel free. The Secret Santa partners, all the partners have gone out. I have volunteered to play elf and ask 3 questions of your recipient. I've gotten a lot of people doing that. I have a couple people that I need to get the responses out. Doing the best I can, but I'm also Secret Santa, and Kristen's a Secret Santa, so I'm working on those things as well. And last but certainly not least, Poor Girl project bags. The Christmas bags are coming. They are all cut out. All the zippers are put in. I am working on finishing those and hoping to have those listed Sunday, but I'm not exactly sure. I will say the bags I put up are the only Christmas bags I'm going to have, unless they fly out and people are like, I really want a Christmas bag. I might consider it then, but I don't want to. I hesitate to do holiday themed bags because I don't want to have 50 Christmas bags hanging around, and I can't believe that. I can't believe I just did that again. Excuse me. I'm sorry. That's disgusting. So, hopefully Sunday-ish those will go up. I will, of course, announce it on my Facebook page and on Instagram. One last thing. I have finally broken down and started a blog. On Wednesday, I was revamping the southpawcreations.com. Because it was just looking kind of dated. It was stale. I hadn't done anything with it for a while. Southpawcreations.com is obviously my website. There's a link to Etsy there. There's a link to Facebook there. There's a link to YouTube and Instagram there. And there's an option to write a blog. So I am now going to be posting this up on the blog, as well as another option for you to watch there for convenience. And I'll also be doing other random posts, you know, what I'm working on. I do Whip It Out Wednesday when I remember. And I'll probably put that up there with a little bit more of a description of what's going on. Other crafty projects I'm working on. I intend. I know the road to you know where is paved with good intentions, but I intend to try and post there, at least with my videos, if not something else, some other content, you know, once or twice a month, maybe a little more, maybe a little less, depending on what's going on. So, sounds like somebody just pulled up. And if you know how far back from the road we are, you know that's kind of scary. Not scary, but when you're not expecting someone. There's nobody here though. It was just wind. I'm babbling, so that's it, I guess. I hope you're all doing great, and until next time, I will talk to you soon. All right, bye bye.